It's March. It's March. College basketball. It's March. Playing tonight. Who plays tonight? UNC versus
San Diego State.
San Diego State. That's the later game. What's the earlier game? Alabama
Texas?
State
Oh, no,
versus...
Texas tomorrow. Yeah, the 16th season. So I don't care.
Which is Alabama State. Whoa. Are you not a historian of the game?
Whatever,
You ever heard of UNBC?
Whatever SFPA is, that's what I see in my bracket.
Yes.
Probably San Francisco.
No.
Pope Academy, I think.
Basket. No, we're gonna get there, dude. St. Francis, PA, Red Flash, obviously. How can we forget? You talk about some horrible mascots. What the fuck is a Red Flash? Same as St. John's. What are they? The Red Storm?
I thought they were just the Johnnies.
No, that's not to be confused with the Mayak Behemoths, the St. John's Johnnies.
Yeah.
What is Alabama State? I'm gonna be in on Alabama State after I see this logo. The Hornets.
Oh, I like the logo. It's pretty good.
It isn't. Yeah. Is Alabama State at HBCU?
No idea. Alabama A&M is. I don't know if Alabama State is.
If they're at HBCU, I'm right.
It is. Alabama State is.
I'm all in on Alabama. Well, that would be like fucked up if SFPA was also. You can't put those guys in the first round. Oh my god! I keep looking up SFPA, and it just brings me to Southern Forest Products Association. How boring of a human being does one have to be to click on this website knowingly on the Southern Forest Products Association? Let's go to this. Hey, Jamie, pull that up, please. About us. We're stronger together. The original Southern Pine Association was founded on this mantra in 1915, and it remains the core mission of the Southern Forest Products Association.
Might have probably worked there, I think.
Dude, they probably need data analytics.
Yeah, for sure.
Where to start? March.
I was not excited about 8 hours ago, but then I read a little blurb about each of the 68 teams, and now I'm in. So that's all I needed.
Did I almost buy ESPN Plus just to see Dickie V's 68 team ranking? Or that might have been Lenardi's, actually. It's fucking basketball in March, baby. It doesn't get better than this. Let me hear. You got a Dickie V impression?
Nope. I'll leave it to you.
That was good, though, huh?
Yeah, pretty good.
It's fucking basketball. Yeah. Who's winning?
I feel like the 1 seeds are really good. I know that's like not a hot take, but I feel like most years I'm like actively trying to get at least 2 of the 1 seeds into my Final Four. Like I'm like, okay, I should probably pick the 1 seed here. But this year I was like, I feel like I'm trying hard to find non-1 seeds because I've read.
Is Houston that good? I feel like I haven't heard shit about Houston.
I mean, they seem pretty nice. They were 30-4. Like they're obviously in same defense every year.
Yeah,
I like them. I saw a bunch of people pick them to the Final Four, but like, there's another team in that region that I like a little bit more, just based on what I've read. We can get to
Tennessee
that in a bit. No,
I like Tennessee.
I've watched Tennessee. Like I've actually watched probably like 10 Tennessee games because my one of my former AAU teammates is their best player.
Don't say Kentucky in that region. Don't say one of the Big Ten teams.
Check out the 5 seed.
Clemson? I have Clemson going far too. But they're not like that, bro. They beat up on the worst conference in...
But they beat Duke.
Dude.
Beat Kentucky. Like, that matters, don't you think?
Kentucky is...
I mean, still 3 seed. Like, they beat a lot of good teams. So, I don't know.
All right, bro. Dude, who am I listening to? Graham Elliott or fucking Joe Lunardi?
Exactly. I mean, I am on their fan. I know all about their roster. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm just interested in them. I feel like they're kind of like lumped in, I feel like, with like the mid-majors where it's like they have a really good record and seem really talented, but like they haven't played anyone, so we don't actually know anything. But like they did beat Duke, so I don't know. That matters.
Where can I find my bracket on ESPN?
What website did you make? What do you mean?
I'm on the one that we made.
Go to our group. Go to brackets. This is good content right here.
Okay. I think Duke's going to win it all.
Really?
Groundbreaking. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think Cooper Flagg is the best player in college basketball. And I think he's a big. And I think bigs in college basketball are disproportionately good unless it's Kemba Walker or Shabazz Napier or Jeremy Lamb. But outside of those three,
Carson Edwards.
Oh, dude, that's who I thought we were getting on the Celtics, bro. Dude, they're so nice. What is casual 45, something light?
Yeah. I mean, okay. The only reason
Wait, just give your final four. Give your final four first.
Okay,
and
right
then
now,
shit on Duke.
So far, my final four is Clemson in the 3-1 seed. So I have Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Clemson. The only reason I don't have Duke, I have Duke winning right now, but the reason I'm going to change it.
What's your tiebreaker? How many total points in the championship game?
177.
Jesus Christ. Bro, I don't think you understand how college basketball works.
I do.
That's insane.
I mean, what do you think Duke averages per game?
I don't know. I got 124.
44? Nah.
24.
124? It's going to be in the 60s?
Yeah.
What team? Who are your teams?
Duke and hold on. Duke and Auburn. Two notorious low-scoring games. Dude, I'm picking that. It's good.
Do you
it's
understand
smart.
that Duke and Auburn averaged combined 165?
I don't care.
Okay, yeah. You're changing that, but that's fine. Okay, the reason I don't
I
want to
can't. Can I?
The reason I don't want to pick Duke is because
I'll do one
of my stat that I've lived by that got me astray when the year that I almost won the ESPN Tournament Challenge, which is that no
Thanks
team,
for not bringing that up. I appreciate you not bringing that up.
Yeah, well, we'll come back to that in a second, but
okay.
No team since 2003, Carmelo Anthony, Syracuse, has won the national championship whose best player was a freshman. And I know that's
yeah, you said that.
That's
bro.
anecdotal evidence, but it's also just like I feel like these teams with the full starting lineup of the 5th, 6th, and 7th year seniors, like they do well every year, and I'm more interested in those teams this year. And I know that Duke probably is like a little bit different, but I also feel like we would have said that about a lot of other freshman-led teams in the past, and they were never different. So we'll see how it goes. It's definitely anecdotal evidence. It doesn't mean anything for context for this year's Duke team, but
let's
Flag has had bad games, and I think one bad Flag game against a good team. I think
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's look. Okay, so to be fair though, which of those have been player of the years? Like Zion, did he win?
None.
Okay, Zion's won.
Zion did, and picked him to win.
Dude, this is just triggering me, bro. Why the fuck was Garzilla not unanimous 2-time, bro? Obi Toppin, such a bum.
Dude, we don't want to get into this. They would have won the tournament that year.
Anthony Davis, KD. That's
What
it.
are you talking about here?
Those are the other freshmen who were player of the years.
Oh.
So, I mean, Cooper is in that.
But then, and also.
So, 1 of 4. 1 of 3. Those are pretty good fucking odds.
Yeah, but sure, but player of the year is one thing. But, like, also think about, like, the Kentucky team with Cat, where, like, Cat totally would have won player of the year if they didn't have 9 5-stars in that team. Devin Booker coming off the bench. Like, Cat was the best player in college basketball that year. And that was undefeated year, right? And they didn't win. So that was something. Like, I think there are a lot of teams like this where Wisconsin.
Is that Denzel?
That was Kaminsky and Sam Decker.
No, but they didn't win. They lost to Duke though, in the Natty. I was there, bro. Yeah. Indianapolis.
Who was that? That was Quinn Cook, right?
Quinn Cook and Tyus Jones.
And Jaleel was like third best on that.
Tyus Jones was nice. Oh
yeah.
Okafor.
Yeah, but Quinn Cook was like their leading.
Yeah. I know, but Okafor was like that. But I'm saying player of the year. That was Buddy Hield, Denzel. And then Kaminsky was the year before.
I don't know. Yeah, it's small sample size and it's not a lot of evidence, but like I don't know.
Brunson won the player of the year? Shut up.
I honestly didn't even know that.
I didn't either. Hold on, let's go through some of these actually. This is gonna be a who's who. I'm gonna give you hints.
I want you to go back starting last year, and I want you to tell me the school, and I'll get the player. See how far I can go.
Oh well, these are easy. Purdue.
Zach Edey.
Kentucky. Yeah, this is a.
Is he in the NBA? Is he good?
He's not good in the NBA. He might be in the NBA. I totally forgot. It was definitely a who cares.
Who is it?
Sheboy.
Oh,
dude, right? I totally forgot. Yeah. Where is he right now?
I think he's like in the Pacers G League or something.
Iowa.
Garzilla. Obi Toppin after that?
Well, it depends. Luka won Wooden of the Year. Obi won Naismith.
All right. I'm going Obi.
Duke. Dude, that's so funny.
Zion.
Nova.
Brunson.
This is a good
Wait, hold on.
one.
Isn't that weird to think about? Isn't that weird to think about that? Like to me, Brunson seems like a vet, and Zion feels like a young player still, and they won Player of the Year 1 year apart. That's cool. That's interesting.
Well, yeah, Brunson was a
Yeah,
junior,
Brunson was a junior, obviously, but still,
and
it's cool.
Zion was a freshman. Wait, did Brunson go in the league after that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kansas, 2016-17.
Like Frank Mason.
Yes, good shit. Buddy knows ball. Good. Dude was dirty on defense. He was nice
yeah.
as fuck. This was Denzel, buddy. Wisconsin.
Yeah. Frank.
Yeah. Iowa legend, Creighton.
Dougie Buckets.
Dougie Buckets. Did I ever tell you I went to their final state? They went to Ames High School, him and Harrison Barnes, and they were just ooping each other, bro. It was so fucking sick. By the way, did you see his father was getting into it with Danny Hurley kinda
I did see that.
after the Big East. Okay, so this is another one. Indiana and Michigan. I think you'll get Indiana. I don't know about Michigan.
Was Indiana Yogi Ferrell?
Oh, dude. That's I think he was definitely more recent.
Okay. Wait, Indiana and Michigan?
Yeah, here's Indiana.
That doesn't help me.
Wakanda. Oladipo.
Oh yeah. And Michigan. What position was the Michigan guy?
Guard.
Oh, was it Trey Burke?
Good shit. Another one. Michigan State and Kentucky.
Michigan State and Kentucky. Was that Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Sorry.
Draymond?
Yeah.
I was gonna say him, but I figured there's no way he won Player of the Year. That's sick.
BYU. All right, we'll do a couple. We'll do a couple more.
BYU.
Dude.
Jimmer.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do it. Evan Turner, Blake Griffin,
Yeah,
Tyler
see,
Hansborough.
I would have started losing here, so that's good.
Well, you would have got Blake Griffin.
Yeah. Tyler
I think you would have got Evan Turner too. Evan Turner was not like that.
I don't even know.
Kevin
what
Durant, JJ Redick with Adam Morrison.
Dog.
Bogut was tied with D Brown.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know. Jameer
That's a good
Nelson.
list.
You ever heard of this guy?
Jameer Nelson? Yeah, he's good in the NBA.
Okay. Jay Williams in 2000 with Shane Battier. How is this possible, bro? They both went to Duke, and they both got That's crazy. Did that team better have won the Natty? Okay. What we're talking about?
We're talking about freshmen leading the team. But yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Anyways,
Oh, shit.
I think that because like there's so many of these teams that are like led by these, especially 'cause, like this is like the last year of the effects of the COVID year, and so many of these teams are led by fifth-year seniors. Like I don't remember reading up, but one of the teams I saw had like 6 of their 8 rotation guys are fifth-year transfer seniors. Like that to me matters in a game against Duke because those guys probably have more big game experience. And I know these are all cliches, and none of these half these things don't actually matter, but like it's anecdotal evidence that I abide by. So we'll see what happens.
Dude, why? I just want to make sure this is recording. Why does it say actual recording is higher quality?
You're good.
Oh, I see. Let me counter your cliche with another cliche. They might just be too young to even understand the pressure, baby. That's what everyone said about OKC last year, and I would argue exactly what you're arguing, dude.
Now look, let me tell you a little story, all right?
Oh my god, dude. Okay.
Back when Zion was in college, your boy Graham made a bracket just for fun, and he lost a couple games in the first round. But then, starting in the beginning of the second round, every single team that I picked just won. Every single game. The whole round of 32, I picked every game right. Whole Sweet 16, every single game right. So we're in the Elite Eight right now. And Auburn won, made the Final Four. Of course I picked them. Virginia won, made the Final Four. Of course I picked them. Now we've got Duke versus Michigan State. We got Duke with Zion, RJ, Cam Reddish, that squad, against Cassius Winston and a bunch of bums. And I'm at Topgolf celebrating my high school basketball season with my team. We're watching on the screen there. And
what were you celebrating? What'd you win?
We probably won like one first-round playoff game or something.
Loser mentality, bro. No wonder you weren't putting up banners.
And then I was currently, at this moment, first in the entire country in ESPN Bracket Tournament Challenge. I have screenshots for proof. And all I needed was for Duke to win the national championship. They needed to win their last 3 games and win the national championship, and I would have won like some trip to Hawaii and like $1 million or something. And they were down by like 1 at the end, and this is where I first started hating RJ. And they passed the ball in to RJ, who obviously was supposed to go pass the ball to Zion and have him go score because he's the best player in college basketball. And RJ took the shot and they lost. And my bracket was killed at that day. And
So what did you
ever since
finish?
then,
Pause.
I've been horrible because you have to like pick the winner because the winner's
Sure.
worth so many more points. So
Wait, so who
I
won?
but
Michigan State? No.
that was Virginia, Kyle Guy
Oh.
and Ty Jerome and them. So yeah, I've been chasing.
Well,
that
hey
boy.
man, that's March.
But
Um,
that was Carson Edwards' year. That was Tyler Hero. That was a good year. That was fun.
What a year! What a year!
I'll get back there eventually.
Is this the year?
I've been locked in since November, so yeah, probably.
Since November. Duke's
So, yeah.
gonna win.
You want to talk about some
Upsets, yes.
What? All right, let's start. You want to start?
I'll do
top
all
left?
my upsets right now.
No. Let's go one by one.
Oh.
You got to convince me. Top left. What double-digit seed do you have winning?
All of them. UC San Diego, Yale, San Diego State or UNC. I don't like Ole Miss. Unfortunately, I have Iowa State going pretty fucking far. I think Iowa State's pretty good, and they drew into the best region for them.
It is a pretty good region.
Yeah, that's it for that. Bottom
I
left.
mean, that's a lot. So what do you?
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. Let's go region by region. So also have UC San Diego. Is there any?
Dude,
reason
everyone
behind
says
that,
everyone's
or-
picking them. Also, dude, Michigan is just so far. I know they just won the Big Ten tournament, but I promise, Iowa almost beat them. We don't play defense. We don't know what that is. We're fraudulent. So they are fraudulent as well.
So what do you like about UC San Diego?
Well, they got a couple guys. Let me just. No, I know nothing.
I mean,
I just knew
got some
one
stats.
thing. This is my thing. If I know one thing about a team, good or bad, they're going to the Elite Eight or they're getting knocked out first round.
Yeah. And I think part of the reason why I wanted to pick them over Michigan was because I don't really have confidence in either of them in the next round. And so I figured I might as well just go with the lower seed because whatever, I lose a few points if they don't make it. But I mean, I'll be the stats guy on the podcast today. UC San Diego, they have a great offense. They're ranked
That's not
top
a
10
stat.
in effective field goal percentage. How about that?
That's a
and
stat.
top 10 in field goal percentage defense.
That's
We
a
like
stat.
They're pretty small. They don't have good size, as far as this website tells me. But Michigan is not that overwhelming in rebounding. They're not even top 250 in defensive rebounding in their last 10 games. So I think it's a good matchup for them based on the reading that I did in the last 6 hours. And I've never watched either of them. I can't name a single player on either of their teams. But I will be locked in when this game happens on, looks like Thursday. And I like the upset there. Yale, got a pick. Shout out.
Always. Well, dude, and they just
Every
always win a
single year.
game. Yeah.
Every single year, I'll be picking them. They're actually like really good too. It seems like it seems like I read one thing that was like this is definitely their best team that they've had, which is cool. They have like a legit NBA prospect, and
Is it the Greek dude? Pudakalikias?
Yes.
That guy's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, he's nice.
But I did read something about them, which is interesting. Is that apparently they like run? They're basically their entire defense is like you have to make threes against us. Like they pack inside, and so you can't like beat the post or score anything on the inside, and they just force teams to shoot contested threes. And I believe, if I remember correctly, Texas A&M cannot make threes. So that feels like a good matchup for them, and I'm interested. So I would pick Yale. Good shout out, Yale.
Yes. And then, I got something on UNC.
Yeah,
I think they're going to win tonight, Tuesday.
I feel
March
like most people
18th.
are picking them to lose, so that's interesting.
Well, they're favored 4.5.
Okay.
So, agree, they shouldn't be in. But I think they do have a team that can start winning games if they got in, and they did get in.
Yeah.
And I think I heard one guy, I think it was Seth Greenberg, said that they match up well against Ole Miss. So UNC to the round of 32.
I saw one that was like old. We're basically just all basing this off of everything we've read over the past 2 days. But I did see that like Ole Miss is like severely overseeded, and they might like not be very good.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a good matchup for UNC. And then I said,
I'm probably
I
gonna
have-
pick whoever wins that to beat Ole Miss.
yeah. And then I have Iowa State getting to the Sweet 16, beating Michigan State in the Sweet 16, losing to Auburn in the.
So what's the deal with Iowa State? What's their thing? Defense, right?
They're just pretty good. TJ Otts. I'm surprised. I thought TJ Otts would be a. I'm surprised he doesn't want to go to. I wish he would go to Indiana. And that's crazy to say as a Big Ten fan, but I would rather Indiana be good at the expense of playing them twice a year than have Iowa State be better than Iowa.
Yeah.
So, and they're good. And they, like I said, it's an easy region. Like, in this bracket, at least, I have them beating Lipscomb, like North
Lipscomb
Carolina.
some dogs, though. That game will not be a blowout. Just saying. Shout out Nashville.
That's in Nashville?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes from me.
Who won between them and Vandy?
I don't know.
What's the rivalry called?
That's not a rivalry.
That's got to be a rivalry. For the Tonks.
Because both of them are basically terrible every single year.
And then, yeah, I got them beating Michigan State in the Sweet 16 because Michigan State's a Big Ten team. And Big Ten basketball sucks.
Yeah, everyone seems high on Michigan State, but I don't know.
They are pretty good.
I think, didn't Tom Izzo say, like, he's going to die getting this team to the Final Four or something? So.
Also, yeah, I mean, it's Tom Izzo, bro.
Yeah.
All right, you got everything? That quadrant?
Pretty much.
Who do you have coming out of it?
I mean, I have Auburn, basically because like they seem really good, and everything else, I don't know. They like are pretty high in all the stats I cared about. You'll be happy to know I made a little spreadsheet with all the teams in the bracket with the 6 stats that I care most about. I'm gonna rank them, sort them out, see what it comes out to. So
you're doing that?
Yeah, why not?
True. I thought you were just busy at work. Yeah.
So like I needed to. I couldn't finish it today, but obviously I'll try and find some time tomorrow for it.
Okay, you think you'll have time maybe to
I don't
take a
know.
look
I
tomorrow?
don't know.
Okay, cool. All right, here's my upsets. Bottom left.
Yep.
Colorado State.
Yep.
Shout out. Bone Born. Shout out.
Yep.
Grand Canyon. The Lopes. They're always good. And I actually do like this Maryland team, and I do like the freshman. He's nice. But it's a Big Ten team. There. Drake.
This is not going to work for you, but okay.
The Big Ten sucks, dude. Drake. They're going to beat Missouri. They're also going to beat Texas Tech. And then they're going to lose to St. John's.
They're not beating Texas Tech, but okay.
Okay, dude. It's fine. Arkansas.
I'm locked into Texas Tech. Yeah,
Arkansas.
I'm not picking against Coach Cal.
Well, but then you have to pick against Coach Self. Who has more natties?
I don't care about that.
Oh, that's not what matters in the
That's not what Cal
tournament.
goes for. Cal's going to make some studs.
So, okay, yeah, whatever. And then I have St. John's coming out of it, which is hot take because everyone has Florida. I really, dude, it's Patino, bro. I just love Patino.
They can't shoot, though.
Dude, you know the other 2 teams? I got a staff for you. Thank you, John Fanta.
Give me that.
You want to know these?
Yeah.
The other 2 teams with the worst 3-point shooting percentages of all time to go to the Final Four, both the Patino's Louisville squads. How you like them numbers? Yeah, I know you're switching it up, bro. Florida done.
Good.
I know.
That's good. I know. I had them losing to Texas Tech because I think Texas Tech is really good, but
that's fine.
My boy
Wrong.
Toppin
It's fine.
was not related to Obi Toppin, but that's fine.
But bro, you understand Texas Tech would probably have to go through the Drake Bulldogs. Ben McCollum's got a fucking squad, bud.
I'm not worried about that, honestly.
Dude, you should be.
But just like one game where St. John just shoots like 2 for 20 from 3, like they're gonna be cooked.
Bro, the other team doesn't score.
Yeah.
All right,
I know.
Give me yours. Give me yours.
I have Colorado State as well. I had Drake losing before, but I've been convinced by the Iowa
future
trooper.
Iowa head coach Ben McCollum, baby.
Yeah. So what? He's gonna go D2 to Drake to Iowa. That's pretty sick.
He's from Iowa City, but also DeVries was from Iowa. So do you know that? I'll get to this later.
Yeah, and then I've got Arkansas beating Kansas as well because I love Cal. Right now, I have Florida over Texas Tech, but I'm gonna take another look at St. John's to see what's up there. I just hate teams that can't make threes, but I'll take
That's that. That's
I don't
that.
know. I don't. Yeah,
That's a good one.
I don't know if I'll take them over Florida because I feel like everyone I read says that Florida is the best team, and I guess what they're the betting favorite, right?
Florida is just become the betting favorite, yes. Even though
Which
Auburn is the number 1 overall seed, I believe.
how are they possibly the betting favorite? Isn't Auburn like consistently been better than them all year?
Down the stretch, Auburn's lost a couple. I would say, as an Auburn truther who I have them going to the Final Four, I mean, they locked up the SEC, the best conference, like with 2 weeks to go in the regular season, and they were playing for nothing.
Oh, Florida
basically.
also beat Auburn. Okay.
Florida's just been like flamethrowing people recently.
Yeah, this
like,
is.
smoking them.
I'm just gonna read from this little article right here that the coach Todd Golden, one of the most analytically driven coaches in America, has leaned all the way into the idea of building a team that shoots threes, gets dunks, and pounds the glass. I am locked in.
Okay, that's such a stupid quote though. That's like saying I'm in a team I'm in on my team who does all the things right. Like you can pick one of those. You can pick the threes or the rebounds. You don't get all of that. That's just like what obviously a good team does. That's not unique. Every coach in America wants them to shoot good threes and get rebounds.
I don't think St. John's has leaned into shooting a lot of 3-pointers.
Well, because they can't shoot.
Exactly. Florida can, and so they do.
Well, but that's just the team they build. Patino only had 2 years, bro. Dude, trust. My paisan. When I was in Florida, I was in Duval a couple weeks ago. How was Florida, by the way? Duval. How was Florida? Mets win any games?
Yeah, we can do a spring training recap at the end of the pod.
Juan Soto do good?
Yeah, I saw him hit a homer in his first.
Don't care. Oh, was that the one where he hit the guy that was chirping him?
Yeah.
No way, you were at that game?
Yeah, I was at that game.
But I was in Florida and I saw a guy who looked like Rick Pitino, and he was from Italy. He played at Penn State basketball as a basketball player from Italy, and his dad was on the Olympic team. I just went over. I'm like, you look like Rick Pitino. He's like,
what'd he say?
You know, I actually am Italian. I'm like, no way. Pretty cool.
Duval.
No. And then he went, pasta. Yeah, that's racist.
But yeah. So yeah, bottom left is the most chalk I have. I have like the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Sweet 16, but I don't know. I don't really love any of the lower seeds to go to the next round. So
I have.
Is UConn good or no?
No, I haven't beaten Oklahoma, but
me too.
They're not gonna beat Florida. Wait, should I take Colorado State or Grand Canyon?
I
gotta ride Colorado State.
Is Maryland bad?
Hey, things love do to you. Dude, they're Big Ten.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
They're not gonna do good. They're from the Big Ten.
That doesn't mean anything to me, but okay.
Unless you're Purdue, which I have losing second round to Clemson, and
I
you
think
do
I had
too.
losing first round.
To High Point? Who the fuck is High Point?
You don't know about High Point?
What the fuck is High Point?
Just wait till we get there. I'll be cooking.
What?
But okay, I don't mean this as a bad way because I know they lost early, but what was the highest seed that Iowa was with Garza, and what round did they lose in? Because I don't remember.
So fine, let's do the fucking head coach talk right now, bro.
No,
Fran McCaffrey. I'm doing it right now. Shut the fuck up. Fran McCaffrey was fired last week after our loss to Illinois, where we gave up 1 trillion points, dude. We don't know how to play defense.
It's so annoing. Like
dude,
one of the best
people are actually sad, and you can make the argument he does less or more. Less is more. No, more with less. Like he's developed Chris Murray, he's developed Luka Garza, he's developed
Chris Murray.
You don't know Chris Murray?
I do, but like, what do you mean he developed Chris Murray? He's not even like an NBA player.
Bro, he averages like 10 points at 10 minutes.
We just played them. He played 15 minutes and had 3 points. He averages 4 points per game.
He's a rookie.
He's not a rookie, and he's on like the worst team in the league.
You're thinking of Keegan Murray.
No,
you're thinking of Chris. He is a rookie, bro.
Chris Murray
drafted in 2023. Yeah. Dude, he's good.
He's like gotten a little better, but
I mean, he was almost a player of the year. He was a player of the year candidate, bro.
Okay, are you saying he developed him for the NBA or for college?
No, to almost win a national player of the year.
About that. Yeah, he did.
So
keep going,
bro.
So who did Iowa lose to with Garza?
Richmond, 1 year.
What round was that?
First round. Or that was Keegan Murray, I believe. Actually, let's look up Iowa.
I think I picked them to win it all that year.
I probably did too. I said this is the year. Keegan Murray is actually.
What were they, like a 5 seed maybe?
No, definitely like a 3 seed. Men's basketball tournament. history.
I'm ready to come at that point, by the way.
So okay, Fran McCaffrey, 20 years is the head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes men's basketball team.
What do you give him for a grade in those 20 years?
C plus.
Okay.
There were some good years where we were ranked top
Yeah.
4. Never made a Sweet 16, bro. That's pretty ridiculous. That's pretty ridiculous.
That's pretty crazy, actually.
Yep.
Especially with, like, you've had good players. Like, you've had players,
Yep.
Sweet 16 worthy players.
Yep. Let's look up our. How do I find this, bro? Why do I not know how to do any of this? 2023. So last year we made the NIT second round. Year before that, NCAA first round. NCAA first round, second round, COVID, second round. So those last two were with Garzilla.
Were you 2 seeded with Garza in the year you lost the second round?
Had to have been. Oh, no, probably not, because now I'm looking. Yeah, maybe the
What year
second
was
one,
that?
because we were
2020
22 and
to
9. 2020 to 2021.
And other question, what seed were you going to be if the COVID season hadn't hit?
I mean, we were 2011, 11 and 9 in the Big Ten. The Big Ten, I've been saying this all podcast, the Big Ten best conference in basketball. So, But yeah, it's crazy. He's never made a Sweet 16.
Yeah, that's rough.
Um,
Deserved to be fired. Is he going to, like, get a job somewhere? Probably, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And just have mediocrity for the whole time. So, there are a couple head coaches that I want. One of them is Darian DeVries, who is currently the head coach for the West Virginia Mountaineer basketball team, who got snubbed by the committee? Or is that just college football playoff?
I think, is this
Selection
like a
committee.
guy?
It's the selection committee.
Oh, there's a guy. Okay.
That still sounds like college football. I don't know. But they got snubbed for UNC instead. Them and maybe a couple other teams like Indiana.
Yeah, Deuce McBride was pissed that West Virginia didn't make it.
I didn't know he's from West Virginia.
He went there.
That's what I mean. I didn't know that.
Anyways, yeah, continue.
Bob Huggins was his coach?
Yeah, he loves Bob. He talks about him all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I think because he's like a Tibbs guy, and like Bob is kind of like Tibbs in the basketball ways.
In the basketball, in the driving ways?
Where it's like
Tibbs,
a lot of.
Does Tibbs, as a Knicks fan, can you condone
What?
Hugs' driving decisions?
Why is
On behalf of Tibbs.
What?
Because they're very similar.
Oh yeah, except I meant on court.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they ask Hugs, like, where are you? And he was in, like, Pittsburgh, and he said Louisville or something like that.
Yeah,
or Cincinnati. Yeah.
Bring him back.
But yeah, I want the head coach of Darian DeVries, who is from Iowa. His brother was a lineman for the University of Iowa.
Oh.
He grew up an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, but it came out recently this morning that he is not a candidate for the Iowa Hawkeye job. Some background too. He was the head coach at Drake. Did a lot of good things. His son was a stud. He brought him over to West Virginia. Basically, the reason that the committee cited not getting him in is because his son got hurt, who is their best player. Do you know when his son got hurt, Graham? December. They've gone 3 months of going into places like Iowa State, beating them on the road. Places like Kansas, beating them on the road.
Are you mad?
Well, I feel bad for West Virginia, and I just think it's stupid that UNC got in. But I want this guy, but he's not a coach that we are currently pursuing, it seems.
And it seems like he's going to Indiana, correct?
He is reportedly their top candidate, but they also called Ben McCollum our top candidate. It seems like we're just going to get whoever Indiana doesn't want, which makes sense. Yeah. Especially, yeah.
All right, so the other guy.
But the thing is, I think the biggest reason that we can't get him is because a buyout. Too expensive. Other guy, the current head coach for the Drake Bulldogs, Ben McCollum, 4-time Division II national champion. In his first year coaching at Division I level, he led the Drake Bulldogs to 3 losses, a Missouri Valley Conference season championship, and a tournament championship. From Iowa City, grew up in Iowa. he would be our guy. He would be the guy. He's like 40 or something. Iowa is in the middle of a rebuild, and not in the middle because we haven't started. It's just now starting, I guess. But we need to rebuild, and I would love to do it with a guy who like wants to be there and has proven that he will be like him. It seems a little like it seems too perfect, like it's Signetti in the college football sphere.
Yeah. Like, would he just, like, bring all... And he'd probably, like, bring all the Drake guys to Iowa, too, which would be pretty hype for him.
Which would be cool for them too, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
D2 to Drake to Iowa. Dude, D2 to Drake to Iowa for as a player, that'd be so badass.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and so if it's not one of these guys, is there other options around?
Death.
Okay, buddy. You'll be fine. You guys are been trash anyway. Whoever you get won't be worse than Christian's dad.
Christian. No, that's fucked up. Yeah. There are other guys. I don't really care. But Ben McCollum is the guy.
Coach K?
I heard he might want to be interested in playing at
I heard he loves
sold at Carver.
He loves Iowa. He spends so much time there, apparently.
I mean, I don't know. We need to revamp everything. Like Kinnick Stadium, the football stadium, is one of the best stadiums in college football. Carver stinks, dude. It's so quiet in there. Nobody goes. It's barely. Even the students don't go for like a good Big Ten
Get a super cheap coach and redo the stadium with the money you saved without having to pay DeVries' buyout.
Yeah. Or just get Caitlin Clark to be a head coach or something.
Yeah, she has nothing else going on.
She doesn't, bro. Yeah. Yeah, that's Iowa. Sorry. Okay. Back to regular scheduled program.
Yeah. So
what is bottom right? You want to go bottom right?
Top right.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go.
Cool. Yeah, you got it actually.
Okay. First round.
I'll start. I think Duke's gonna make it to the Final Four, and I think they're probably gonna win.
Okay. First off, the double-digit seeds I have are I have Liberty over Oregon.
That's the only one I have.
Pick Liberty to win every single year because every year I read that they are like the best three-point. What's going on there, buddy?
I got a belt.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That'll look good in the video.
Yeah. Oh.
I pick Liberty every single year because I always read that they're like the best three-point shooting team in the country, and they took up a bunch of threes. And I'm like, one of these years, they're just gonna make a bunch in the first round, and it doesn't seem like Oregon's very good. So I have Liberty winning.
My head coach
Arizona
in AAU played at Liberty. Look up Larry Jackson, Liberty. That's my former coach.
Liberty stats.
Oh. Was he nice?
Yeah.
I don't see any stats.
Senior, he was 16.7 points a game.
Damn.
He started all 4 years.
Damn.
Wow. Okay, good coach.
That's cool. I did not know that.
Anyways, I have Liberty winning 2 games. I have them beating Arizona as well. I don't like Arizona either, but I don't think they're going to lose to Akron. Shout out Braun. But Arizona loses the first weekend every year, so they'll be losing.
Akron, shout out Braun.
I have VCU beating BYU.
BYU's so good. I have BYU going to the Elite Eight.
I have Wisconsin going to the Elite Eight.
Wisconsin,
I know you're going to yell at. I know you're going to yell. Oh, you're not going to yell at me for?
No. I think they're probably. I don't like Purdue this year. I think the only other good team, which Wisconsin just beat in the Big Ten tournament, is Michigan State.
Yep.
I think Wisconsin might be better, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think BYU is really good. They shoot the three ball well. That's good.
Okay. I was convinced by what I read about VCU. Maybe I'll go back and do a little more analysis there. But yeah, I have Wisconsin. Obviously, anchor down. Vanderbilt winning round 1. St. Mary's seems like they're trash too anyway. So
yeah.
Vandy can play with Alabama. I want to say they beat them or were really close earlier in the year. They lost. No, they lost by 16. But they beat Tennessee. They beat Kentucky. Like they've had good wins. So I think they can compete with them. But they're going to lose. And then I have Duke over Wisconsin in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I have Duke over BYU. Wait, so yeah, Wisconsin beating Bama. Yeah, should I put Vandy over St. Mary's?
Come on, for the culture.
For the culture. Anchor down. All right.
They're good.
I still have them losing to Bama, though. Yeah, although I don't think Bama's that good. I'm not high on Bama.
Me neither. I think Bama's going to lose to whoever they play in the Sweet 16. Like, I'll pick VCU, Wisconsin, BYU.
You pick VCU over Bama?
Sure, why not?
Okay. All right, bottom right.
Got some dogs. All right, this is where I get.
Oh, wait, really quick. Can I hit you with a little trivia?
Sure.
There are. Hold on, let me find my phone real quick. I got my phone right here. There are 6. There are 6 teams in the NCAA March Madness tournament who have the nickname Bulldogs. Looking at your bracket, can you tell me?
6 teams that are Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I believe Georgia is a Bulldog.
Correct.
I believe McNeese is a Bulldog.
Nope.
Okay. I believe Drake is a Bulldog.
Correct.
That would be 2.
Who's Georgia playing, bro?
They play Gonzaga. Gonzaga's a Bulldog.
There you go, buddy.
We got
This is good podcasting. I'm just going to tell you. Mississippi State and Bryant.
yeah. Didn't know Mississippi State
And
was
Yale.
Bulldogs. Oh yeah, Yale. Okay, that's a lot of Bulldogs.
Yeah, a lot of Bulldogs.
I prefer the what we say the other one was the Red something.
The Red Storm, St. John's.
The Red Storm. That's much better. Anyways, bottom right. This is where I get interesting.
Are your grandparents who live in New York St. John's fans? Or do they not care at all?
They don't care. My grandfather is an obsessive UConn women's basketball fan.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't watch men's basketball at all.
It's just pure. It's just more pure.
Yeah, that's what he says. He has the entire team schedule printed and posted on his dresser. So he's locked in.
Promise it's not horny?
I promise.
You promise?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay.
All right. So bottom right, I've got Purdue losing in the first round to my boys from High Point.
Why?
Because High Point's really good, and Purdue sucks, and that's all I need.
Yeah, Purdue's not good. High Point's good.
High
They're
Point's
20.
really
They have
good.
5 losses, but you don't want to pick Drake.
High Point has a top 25 offense in the whole country. It seems like listen under the weaknesses. Weaknesses with the group. They're hard. They can overwhelm teams with size, athleticism, and length in the Big South, but they might not be able to against higher teams. But Purdue has no size. They just lost the Player of the Year 7'4" Zach Edey. They had no one to replace him. They give up so much in the paint. High Point's really big for a mid-major. Like they have a lot of big dudes.
I will give you something.
And
I will give
like
this. I will give you if we're around the horn. I will give you a point for these points that you're making. If you can tell me what their mascot is. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. You don't
Why
know
does
shit.
that matter? Why does that
Because
matter?
it means you know something, but you don't know shit.
I do know.
You don't know shit, bro.
You want some more stats for you, buddy?
No,
In
I'm
the
done
last
with the
10
stats.
games-
For who? The High
In
Point.
the last
The
10
High
games,
Point. The High Point University
Gales.
Panthers, dude. I just said it, bro.
Anyways, in the last 10 games, Purdue is 351st in defense. Think about that. They're not very hot right now. They lost to pretty much every good team they played. They're only 22-11, and they're going to lose in the first round.
Okay. All right.
You have them losing second round, so don't act like it's that crazy.
High Point University.
No.
What were they again?
Panthers.
Oh, you got it. Okay, cool.
Dude, High Point beat Winthrop twice.
Holy shit. Winthrop is good, too, yeah.
I know.
Who did they lose to?
They split with UNC Asheville. Like, that's not bad.
Dude, give me Drake, then. That's crazy that you... Okay.
I have Drake.
Oh, you changed. Okay, good.
High Point also has one of the best offensive rebounders in the nation in 7-footer. Listen to this name. You ready for this? Jocelyn Bodo.
Oh, I
Yeah,
like him.
you're in now.
I
You're
like
in
him.
now.
Jocelyn.
That's 3 words, by the way.
Oh. Dude, that's like... Wait, what was the guy who commented on the Seahawks? We said the Seahawks aren't good.
Yeah, dude was like, how do you say the Seahawks don't have good skill position players? They literally have Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Jake Bobo, and Noah Fant. I was like, dude.
Have you seen the Bodo?
Oh my god. Yeah, you're in.
Okay.
You are so in.
Okay. Wait. I don't really have anyone. The only double digit I have is Utah State.
Me too.
Just because I hate UCLA.
Because it's so easy to pick them, but
UCLA sucks.
but then I have this is where I have the upset. So I have my Elite Eight. I have Clemson over Illinois. Is Illinois trash?
No. Yeah. I mean they got like 30 piece by Maryland in the Big Ten tournament.
Oh, Back in on Maryland, back out on Illinois.
Wait, you have Illinois beating Kentucky,
I did.
and you had Illinois beating Tennessee.
I did. I still haven't beaten Kentucky, but I haven't losing to Tennessee now.
I'm not picking Houston to go because I haven't heard anything about them.
I pick them every year, and they never make it. And so I feel like with the
They
one
always
year
get
I don't pick
hurt.
them, they're going to make it. Yeah, and they're healthy now, and I feel like their region is pretty easy. But I just really like what I've read about.
I like
them,
Tennessee.
So. I've watched them actually a lot, so this is what I can actually say about them. They have my boy Chaz, who is like probably the best 3-point shooter in the country, but literally nobody else in their team can make a 3-pointer outside of him, which is concerning. Their point guard is like 5'7" generously. He's very, very good, but he can definitely be taken advantage of, and their big men are just pretty tragic. So if Chaz has like an off night from shooting and the point guard gets dominated on defense, like they can lose to some bad teams. But if he's hot, I mean, they've obviously they beat some of the best teams in the country. They were number one for a while, so
you're saying
possible.
Upset alert against Wofford and Utah State, but if they get to the Sweet 16, they're good.
I don't know. I think
That's what I'm hearing.
They could win. Like they could win the national championship. I honestly think that. I mean, they were number one in the country for a while. But
That guy's
I
in a
also
dress. There's a
think
guy in
that-
a dress, like a
Nice.
not just a normal, a wedding dress.
Congrats
Crazy.
to
Yeah.
him. But yeah, I just think that if Chaz has one bad night shooting, like they're not going to be able to buy a bucket. I've seen them not like go stretches without being able to score because they just like lock them up. So if that happens, they could. I don't think they're going to lose to Wofford, but like they could lose to Utah State or something. But if he's hot from three, they're pretty hard to stop. They're so good on defense. So they're definitely boom or bust. We'll see.
All right, we fucking hit it all.
Yeah,
We,
definitely one of us will be perfect. I'm not sure which one.
I don't. Did you see Elon
Like it-
Musk? He said he would take someone to Mars.
Okay.
Dude, I'm gonna go to fucking Mars, bro.
With Elon,
No, that wasn't in the offer.
you said he's going to take someone.
He's gonna send someone up there.
No one's been there, haven't they? So how?
I
is
am.
someone
I'm gonna
go?
do perfect.
Wait, but no one has been to Mars, and Elon's
Dude.
like, whoever goes perfect, they're gonna be the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna.
I'm
But it'll be me
going.
though, so I'll give it to you.
No, you can just sell it for cash.
Oh.
They give you like 200K.
But yeah, otherwise, we're looking good. I'm very locked in. I've obviously watched all these teams play at least 5 games, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm in the process of creating a March Madness metric. Could drop that on all the socials at some point. It'll be ranking each team based on the 6 stats that I care about most.
What are the stats?
All right, we've got so just based offensive rating, defensive rating. Obviously, we've got free throw percentage. I feel like these teams that miss free throws at the end, they always lose. We've got offensive rebound percentage. We've got turnovers per game. And we've got 3-point percentage. And then I also added like strength of schedule as like a little like multiplier because like obviously like McNeese is gonna like be good at all these things because they play against nobodies, but I want them to like be lower than Duke because Duke has played a much more difficult schedule. So, fun fact: do you know who played who has the number one strength of schedule this year?
What conference? It's probably SEC. Vandy.
No, Vandy was very low actually.
Tennessee.
No, it is Alabama number 1, Auburn is 2, and shockingly Purdue is 3, which makes me like them a little more, but still will not pick them.
So
against
that's
High Point.
confusing to me. If you're a really good team like Tennessee, like Auburn or Bama, you would think that it wouldn't be as high because you can't play yourself.
Sure, but you're still playing like really good teams every day. But yes, that's
I know,
true.
but
Like,
why wouldn't
normally-
it be Vandy? Because you get the same teams and you also add on.
I mean, yeah, I guess the out of conference stuff, like Vandy probably didn't play
Yeah.
anyone out of conference. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've always like been annoyed of like looking at like remaining schedule strength in the NBA and always seeing like the best teams have the easiest strength schedule, but that's just because they don't have to play themselves.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's it. NCAA.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be back next week. We'll have some more. We'll talk about our perfect brackets then.
Dude, a better prediction?
High Point.
No, shut the fuck up. The High Point who?
High Point Panthers.
Bruh. With Bodo Bodo. Bodo Bodo is nice.
You want to pick him now? Yeah.
Bodo Bodo is nice. Um.
I'm gonna send you.
Oh
a
yeah, this is for the prediction. Who is gonna be Jack Golke? What team?
I mean,
If you can get
Bodo
this,
Bodo.
fuck, that's fucked up. You got Bodo Bodo already.
It's possible, right? I don't know.
It is.
Does like Drake have a sniper? Does like Liberty probably has a sniper? It's gonna be one of those teams. Like it's a mid major with some white.
Yeah,
dudes
give me
on it.
Sturts. Give me Sturts.
Yeah, I know him.
He was one of the transfers from Ben McCollum's from Missouri State, and he's nice.
But yeah, I'm excited.
All right,
to
that's
see who it's
it.
Gonna be.
So Bodo Bodo and Sturts from Drake.
Bodo Bodo and Sturks finally gonna meet in the finals.
Sweet. How was Florida, Graham? You were in Florida.
Florida was good. I was there from Wednesday to Monday. Went to 7 spring training games, which was pretty fun, in 5 days. The Mets lost a lot of them, but we won a few, which was cool. It's interesting. Obviously, Lewis is going to be joining me at Summer League this year, but I think Summer League and spring training are like the two events sports-wise in like the whole year where like it's the cheapest to get the most access to players. Like in spring training, like yesterday, we were sitting 2 rows behind home plate for $15 each. Juan Soto's just like standing there warming up for his at bat, and he's like looking at all the fans. Like that's kind of crazy that they allow you to do that. And
Did they check if you had a gun?
There's a very minimal metal detector and a woman who's usually in a wheelchair checking your bag to see if there's anything in it. We brought in a lot of food that you're not allowed to bring in.
What'd you bring?
A lot of guns. No, we brought some bagels, which was pretty cool.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How?
We just put them at the bottom of the bag. Dude, she literally is like, she's searching the bags with her cane.
Wait, at what time was this game? With the cane? Jeez.
2 p.m.?
Why were you eating bagels at 2 p.m.?
Well, we went to get bagels for breakfast, and we were like, we don't want to have a hot dog for lunch again. So let's just get an extra bagel, bring it in. It's pretty cool.
That was pretty good.
But yeah, it's fun. So, and like you get to like watch the pitchers warm up in the bullpen, like right above them, and they're like, and look at that. So that's obviously cool for me. But yeah,
How'd you get out of
it's a good
work?
experience.
Didn't they need you in the office?
Yeah, I had to really ask to leave. They treated me bad.
Wait, is it just you and Pops?
Yeah.
Shout out.
Max usually comes, but he went just somewhere in the Caribbean with his friends for spring break.
Oh, damn. That's fair.
He also always gets bored, so that's fine. But yeah, it's cool. I love it. We've been going for like 7 years probably. And it's a good time. Got a ball. I dropped a second ball, but I got 1 ball, which is cool.
I've never gotten one.
Well, there's like half these games have like 100 people there, so you're pretty likely to get one as long as you make an effort. We actually got 2 balls in one game.
Any Hample sightings?
No Hample. A couple like
Surprised you didn't want to get Juan Soto's.
A couple kids who had some Hample tendencies, but
anybody have the fishing ball?
No.
That you seen that? You know that move?
Yeah, I know. Check it out.
That's a good one.
But yeah, it's fun. I like it. It's cool to see Soto. I got to rep the Soto jersey for the first time. It's a good time.
All right. I think we covered everything in March.
That is everything in March.
There's literally nothing else. Who do you got tonight? Alabama State or FPU?
I got FPU.
You got the Southern Pine Forest Association.
Yeah, that's me. I've been locked in.
You got them? SFPA?
Yeah, I got them and I got SDSU. I got UNC.
Oh, really? I got UNC.
Yeah. But yeah, so you what? You're joining in Vegas in summer, yeah?
Yeah, I'm down. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Basketball. All right. Peace, bro.